today I want to talk to you and demonstrate an active isolated stretching sequence for your hamstrings. Yes, Daniela, that is in response to your request. It's especially for you and for everyone else who's kind enough to tune in for this little sequence. What you're going to need is a yoga belt if you've got one, or if you don't have anything like this, don't worry, pull out your least favorite pair of jeans. They're going to work as a perfect prop for this. I'll show you how. Just a quick little bit of anatomy first, if you don't mind, my lovelies. The hamstrings, they're a family. There's 3 of them. They go from the back of your knee all the way to the bottom of your pelvis. They attach to your sitting bone. They have a slightly different way of traveling down the leg. So what we're going to do with the active isolated stretching routine today is try and be a little bit more clever about getting the stretch where our body really needs it. It's a lengthening progressive stretch. It's not aggressive. It's very dynamic. It gets the blood flow into the leg, and most importantly, it actually engages the central nervous system, your brain, in order to work with the brain mechanisms and the physiological processes of the body and get a better stretch for it. I don't want to get into the details because it is a little bit about neuroanatomy. Maybe on another video I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so I am going to scoot over to my mat. Make yourselves comfortable on your back. Grab your jeans or your belt. And what this will look like is this. For those using a belt, you're going to loop it around the ball of the foot. I like to give it a second loop, so effectively I'm turning my foot into a bit of a joystick and I can move it in and out. If you're going to use your jeans, foot in the crotch, ta-da! Pick whatever works for you and I'll see you on the mat. Okay, so not only do we have 3 hamstrings that attach here and there, and we're going to work on all 3 aspects, we also have a tendency of getting tighter either behind the knee or just below the sitting bone. So we're going to start looping your belt around. Trainers are good for this because you don't slip. I'm going to bend my non-exercising leg. For me, that's the right one. And I'm getting an idea already of what my range is, comfortable range. You might be here, it doesn't matter. We're going to start by bending the knee and straightening the leg. Bending the knee, straightening the leg. This will get that section of the hamstrings here closer to the knee. As you get used to this, you're going to start assisting with a little gentle pull at the end of your natural range. It's a 2-second pull. In the meantime, your thigh stays exactly where you set it when you started. What I don't want to see is this. The thigh, you might want to put your hand behind your knee just to give yourself a bit of feedback and make sure the thigh stays and it's only the lower leg that stacks itself on top. When this no longer feels like a stretch, the way to increase it is to bring your thigh closer towards your chest and then straighten the leg from that position. If this is painful, come back to a pain-free range. And the other side. I recommend doing 6 to 8 repetitions and swap legs. So we're going to do the right side. It is very normal for one hamstring to be a little bit stiffer than the other. For me, the left one was definitely stiffer. I'm going to be able to progress this a tiny bit. The reason why I'm keeping this leg bent is because it helps my low back stay a little bit flatter on the ground. I'm not arching my low back at all. Good. We're going to swap sides. And this time we're going to actually point the foot in a little bit towards your non-exercising leg and repeat the same exercise. You will find that that gets you a slightly different stretch at the back of the thigh. It's because it lengthens a slightly different diagonal and catches a different portion of your hamstring. Okay, now point your foot out and repeat. Remember, the rope assists at the very end. I'm using my quadriceps, strengthening that muscle to lengthen my leg and to straighten my leg and lengthen the hamstring. Good, swap sides. Pointing my foot inwards. Actually, it's probably easier to keep the rope or the jeans on the inner side of your leg. Lift, assist for 2 and relax. Lift, assist for 2, relax. Keep the thigh as it is. The thigh can go closer to your chest if you need to increase your range, but it doesn't drop down towards the floor unless the stretch is painful and you want to ease off a little bit. Good, point the foot out, same procedure. Good. You might need to come off a little bit for this one just to test how it feels. Lovely. Good, and relax. We're going to go on to targeting the far end, if you like, of your hamstrings. So this is a straight leg movement. My non-exercising leg is bent again. I'm raising my leg using my own muscular strength, and I'm giving myself a gentle assist at the end. I'm trying not to kick the cat. The abdominal muscles are working, the quadriceps muscles are working. This is active, isolated stretching and strengthening. It's really good for the health of the knees. Creates lots of blood flow. It has many advantages over an easy static stretch. Okay, I'm going to swap sides. It's actually easier this way. And again, lifting my leg up. Notice how I'm walking my hands up the belt to meet the place where I can give myself a gentle assist. My sitting bones are not lifting off the ground. I'm not trying to get range by lifting my bum off the floor. It gets nothing. Doesn't even look good. All right. Okay, swap legs again. Adjust the loop around your foot. Point the foot inwards and repeat. Now this is a little bit more subtle. As you bring your leg, pointing the foot in, you're going to bring your leg to a diagonal towards the same side shoulder. 1, 2, and relax. Foot pointing in, leg traveling slightly out. Good. 3. This will feel like the stretch has moved to a slightly different position in your thigh. Okay, now you're going to point the foot out, and as you lift your leg, you're going to bring the leg in the direction of your sternum, your breastbone. Once again, oh, I can feel this one. For me, definitely the outer hamstring is the one that needs a little bit more length. So I'm not going to go as far to start with, and I'm going to gently let the nervous system figure out that extra length is available and it doesn't represent a threat to my muscles. Okay, same on the other side. Foot pointing in, leg traveling out. Oh yeah, this should feel good, not painful. What you might feel at one point is that your abdominal muscles and your quadriceps, front of thigh muscles are getting fatigued. That's okay. 2 in 1. Use your time. Clever. Turn your foot out, leg in. You're going to travel in the direction of your breastbone. Oh yeah, my favorite. 2. The rhythm is yours to find. Don't go too fast, don't go too slow. Focus on how it feels, where it feels, and your breath. I've got one more to go. Oh yeah. And that's it for me today. I would recommend doing these every day for a week, see how you feel, and I'll see you again for some more stretching.